So the third one is Praesepe, which is known as the beehive, and that's also known as M44, which refers to the astronomer Charles Messier, who catalogued the constellations in the night sky.
And he catalogued the nebulae and galaxies.
Okay, so
he was an 18th century or early 19th century astronomer, and he was the first one to see that these weren't stars, they were something else. There are nebulae double stars, there are galaxies, there are planetary nebulas, they're not stars.
Right.
And he wrote the first book, and there are 109 objects in there, and this is number 44 in this
okay, right, okay, thank you. And also associated with Cancer, Praesepe, and so for this we did actually use two images, that of the beehive and bees, and also Cancer as in crabs. So crabs on the beach and bees in their beehives are the two main visual elements which went to make this video.
Yeah.
And again, we felt with this on that we achieved something which was very effective. We came up with just a two-word phrase for this: nervous vibrations.
Yes.
Nervous as in with the crabs scuttling along a beach, in no particular direction and turning it every.
You came up with a very good phrase: buzzing and scuttling. I thought
buzzing and scuttling. That's right.
Buzzy and scuttly sort of piece.
That's right. Yes, and again, the music captures that with I think in this case some tremolo also for the bow technique, and
wide vibrato sort of.
And the vibrato technique, which again, going back to what you were saying about new techniques, and it's one which really I haven't done before. I very often used wide vibrato as a string player, but not quite this wide. And so when I saw the notation on the page, which was effectively, a line, an oscillating line going up and down, but increasing in its height. That suggests to me, obviously, I need to move my finger further up and downwards with each oscillation. And so that turned into more than the vibrato, and actually more of a moving between pitches as far as a minor third or a major third apart, often. And again, that works extremely well in this context. Just to describe animals who it's very hard for us to relate to as human beings. I mean, think bees and crabs, I think in a general sense, they're not alien creatures to us, but they might as well be in a sense. It can often appear from a different planet. So just that feeling of, there's a combination of wonder, but also almost sort of an element of fear as well. Fear of the unknown, something which is so different, but which yet inhabits not only our universe, but our planet. So.
Did you mention that Praesepe means the beehive in Latin?
Yes, yes.
And there are just two things that I wanted to add to what you've said, which is excellent. The buzzing and scuttling is, if you watch bees in a hive, they dance around each other to tell other bees where to go to pick up nectar or whatever it is they make honey with. And that sort of movement of the dancing I tried to get in particularly the woodwind parts.
Yes.
The one thing we haven't said, of course, so far is it's an orchestra without strings except the viola. So there's a big woodwind section, a big brass section, a lot of percussion, including some Thai percussion, Thai woodwind instruments from Thailand. So it's not, there's no strings except the viola, which is a good way of making the viola stand out.
Yes.
Because the viola is not the loudest of stringed instruments, but it can be pretty powerful. So no strings, so you can shine against the woodwind and the brass. Yes. But so we've got this dancing patterns from the bees in the woodwind particularly. And also, I was sitting on the beach quite a few months ago, because it's written quite a while ago now, and I watched these tiny little crabs scuttering across the beach. That one went that way, and that one that way, and disappeared into their holes. So I tried to get that sort of playful play of the crabs on the sand. And of course, the crab in certain poses can be quite comical, and I think we captured a bit of the humour of the crab in this piece.
Absolutely,
it's not all heavy, serious stuff.
At the same time, it's knowing that the crabs or the crab or crabs themselves are not intending to be comical.
No, of course not.
So that's part that very much part of that effect.
There's one effect in the video where this one stops and looks at you in the camera, which is quite it's comical. And
there's very near the end of this video, there's that moment where the scuttling crab stops mid-screen, looks up at the camera with its two tiny eyes, you have absolutely no idea what it's thinking. It's possibly, is it feeling threatened? Is it in danger?
Probably.
Because that's really what I think in nature, what life is really all about. I mean, humour aside, I think possibly it is a fact that humans may not be the only members of the animal kingdom which understand what humour is, but we're certainly the ones that have developed that sense of it to any large degree.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking
I wanted to make the point that it's not all heavy serious.
Absolutely,
there are moments of humour in there too.
And the final moment in this video is where that crab that we just talked about disappears into a hole in the sand.
That's the end of the
place of
piece.
refuge, and that's the end of that video. So that's just fitting into that.